Empty pockets never held anyone back. Only empty heads and empty hearts can do that. Norman Vincent Peale. My friends, each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes, that is all we ask, but you have to do it every day in order to learn the nuances of the market. Let's jump into these charts. Everything is up some for the day except for gold. And I've been analyzing our charts, all three of them, using artificial intelligence to sort of help me, again, see everything that there is to see. And I'm going to employ that some today. And I would appreciate feedback. You can put them in the comments or you can email us, cw@chartingwealth.com. I'll tell you what the charts are telling me, what artificial intelligence is telling me, and then what the probability is of the continued movement according to what we are getting from the machines. Okay, let's first jump into the S&P 500. Now, as we analyze it, we see that we have an uptrend with consistent higher highs and higher lows. The candles, the recent weekly candles are green, indicating, of course, bullish upward momentum. The volume is steady with a supporting uptrend, which is what we see here. Now, we do notice if we look at, let's look at this. Now, this is me talking. If we look at the high of last week, 548.35, this week, 546.95, we're not reaching a higher high. We have two dojis here going from green to red. And we also have all this down movement as of late. As we look at where we are on the 2-day time frame, we can see uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. Recent candles are green, showing buying interest. Now, I see green candles, but then these latest two are dojis showing lots and lots of indecision. And again, the artificial intelligence tells us increasing volume, indicating strong buying pressure. I do see that. Now, this is the first day of the latest 2-day candle. It'll finish drawing on Wednesday. But what I actually see here, my friends, is up movement on the 2-day, and then we have high volume with a doji. What does that doji typically tell us? That we have a lot of people buying and a lot of people selling, and it's right at equilibrium. Many times that means that the insiders are selling while the dummies are buying. Lots of indecision there, followed by more indecision today, up 0.39%. Now we can see on our Heikin-Ashi candlesticks on the half-day chart, artificial intelligence is telling us uptrend with minor pullbacks. Recent candles are mixed, but predominantly green. Volume shows consistent buying interest. Now, I don't see that necessarily. I see some green up candles up until last Thursday, but I see red down candles now and lots of volume in those red down candles. The prediction that we're getting from AI is upward movement at a 75% confidence level. Now, we're going to continue to check that and see how that works out going forward. If this is topping out right now and getting ready to pull back and move down strong, we'll question what the machines are telling us. But again, if the movement continues up, we're just going to pay attention. This is one grand experiment. I am cautious as to where we are right now with these two dojis. We could see the market spring back up again tomorrow. And again, we'll just wait. We'll watch. We'll see. Let's go to the Qs. Oh, by the way, S&P 500 up 0.39%. The Qs up quite a bit, 1.14%. But of course, we had a lot of down movement on that half-day chart over a number of days. Two dojis, red dojis, on the 2-day chart. Lots of volume on that Monday, Friday. And we're already about halfway toward average volume on Tuesday. As we look at what artificial intelligence is telling us as it analyzes all three of our charts in all three time frames, it says upward. This is on the weekly. The trend is upward with higher highs and higher lows. Candles recently, weekly candles are green, showing bullish momentum. Okay, I'd agree. Consistent volume supporting uptrend. Well, the volume's been decreasing. okay? And we're not reaching the high of last week yet. Let's look at where we are on the 2-day. It is saying uptrend with recent consolidation. I would agree with that. Recent candles are mixed, indicating some indecision. I would agree. Increasing volume, indicating strong interest. Don't know that I agree with that. I don't. We've got, and again, what we learned from Jesse on our volume, Jesse Livermore, though you've taken our volume training, famous trader from back in the early 1900s. And what we see is, again, you've got lots of indecision here with high volume, means insiders may be selling while the outsiders are buying. So we will pay close attention here. And we look at the 195-minute chart, and artificial intelligence is telling us uptrend with minor pullbacks. Recent candles are mixed, but mostly green. Consistent buying interest shown by the volume. And we do have, we had a lot of volume in the selling in. Today, with the up movement, we're below average volume. So again, I'm paying attention and I'm questioning. Prediction is upward movement. Confidence level, 70%. Let's move on to 20-year bonds. They were just barely up 0.17%. And what is the AI telling us on this? The trend downward with recent attempt to form a base. Now that, I'm at the right. Yeah, this is what it's telling us. It says downward with recent attempt to form a base. Recent candles are green, indicating potential reversal. Steady volume suggesting interest at current levels. Well, that's interesting because I don't see any down movement here. I only see up movement. 2-day trend with recent higher lows. Recent candles are green, showing buying interest. Increased volume supporting the potential reversal. And on the 195-minute chart, it is telling us downtrend with recent higher lows. Recent candles are mixed, but show potential for reversal. Increased volume indicating buying interest. And it tells us that potential upward reversal, confidence level 60%. I'm not understanding that at all because as I look at this, friends, I actually see things moving up. Now, again, we did not jump into this trend because there was no volume to trigger us moving in. If we look at, if we go back to the week beginning the 10th of June, we see that was 94.84. Last week, 94.60. This week, 94.55. We've not hit the high of 2 weeks ago yet. We can see consolidating on the up movement. And again, potential upward reversal. I don't see that at all. I do see a potential down. Well, maybe that's what that's saying. Potential upward reversal. No, I think it's looking to me like it could be topping potentially. Maybe that's what that's saying, but I just see it sort of sliding along, digesting the gains that we saw there last, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then things have been slipping sideways. Actually, that was the 12th, going all the way back to the 12th through the 14th, and then all of last week. Maybe it's telling us that it's topping. That's interesting. We'll see. Confidence level's only about 60%. Let's move on to gold and see what we see going on with gold. Now, I see that gold has been moving down. It is down for the day. We had an up day yesterday. You can barely see it there. And then rotating back over. We, of course, have had gold bounce off this ceiling a couple of times. If we look at what the AI is telling us, it's saying recent uptrend with a pullback. That's on the trend. Candles, mixed weekly candles indicating indecision. Volume, steady volume suggesting interest. I see volume decreasing. We look at the 2-day, and AI is telling us downtrend with recent green candles indicating potential bottom. Candles, recent candles are green indicating buying interest. Well, we see two candles there, but this latest candle forming is a red down candle. Increased volume supporting potential upward movement. Interesting. And then we look at where we are on the 195-minute chart. Downtrend with potential reversal. Recent candles are mixed, indicating indecision. Volume, increased volume, indicating suggesting buying interest. Direction, AI is telling us, is upward at 65%. I find that interesting. Again, it's just over 50%. We're not like in the 80% category like in the S&P 500, but we'll keep an eye on things. Of course, we are still in the red here, and with today's down movement, we're sort of resuming that we are above the weekly trend line on both the weekly chart and the 2-day and the half-day, but the 2-day and half-day are moving down toward it. We have a doji right here for the week, as we did last week, showing lots of indecision. So we'll keep our powder dry and see where that leads us. Lastly, we'll go to HODL, and that is, of course, the Bitcoin ETF, and let's see where that is. Time frame, weekly. We see the trend upward with recent pullback. Weekly candles are red, indicating selling pressure. Steady volume suggesting some interest. And of course, the down move. 2-day downtrend is consistent with lower highs and lower lows. Recent candles are red, indicating continued selling pressure. Volume, increased volume showing strong selling interest. And we look at the 95-minute chart, downward with recent minor pullback. Recent candles are red, indicating selling pressure. Volume, increased volume, suggesting strong selling pressure. Direction is predicted downward. Confidence is 80%. Now, we do have an up day after that huge down day yesterday, an up day of 4.38%. I would say we still have lots of downward pressure there, and we'll see where that leads us. So, just to sort of wrap things up, AI is telling us the prediction on the S&P 500 at a 75% confidence level is upward. It's telling us that on the NASDAQ 100, direction upward at a 70% confidence level. It's telling us that as far as 20-year U.S. government bonds go, it is a prediction of an upward reversal, 60%. That's not that much. And as far as gold goes, it's telling us a confidence level of upward direction at 65%. And again, I do see a lot of downward pressure still there on gold. And when it comes to HODL, Bitcoin, downward direction, 80% confidence level. So, my friends, we will track this and see if artificial intelligence, as we are employing it with our charts, is going to give us anything that's helpful. And we will compare it on a daily and a weekly basis and see where it leads us. This is exciting. I mean, I'm not going to give up what I do and what I look for, but I'm sure going to compare what I'm thinking with what we are seeing. Because remember, what is our goal? Accurate prediction of price movement. I don't give a damn where it comes from. I mean, if I had a little mouse telling me every morning, buy gold, sell gold, I mean, whatever it is, if I found a way to accurately predict price movement, I would follow it, okay? What we found is, again, looking for the telltale signs of reversals with volume, a peak high or a peak low, and then a spinning top reversal pattern. That works so often that it's almost crazy. And again, when you employ that with what? You employ it with the always winning method where you're limiting your losses and you're maximizing your gains using the 2-day ATR. It's just beautiful. I want you to prove it to yourself. We're not a stock calling service. We're an education firm. You got to spend the time. 10 to 15 minutes each and every day, and I'm at 15 minutes. God bless my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World headquarters.